Hey, y'all. Hey. I'm only going live just to announce that I'm not going to be doing lives for a while. Um, one, I just my equipment is not cooperating. In other words, I'm having technical difficulties. But I still wanted to commit to this thinking Thursday because I called it. I made it up, and I'm trying to force myself to stick with things that I commit to. So if you get here after I leave this live, I just wanted to let people know that I put the links. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put them in again in the chat. But I finally got all the little visuals that I want to use for future thinking classes. I got them uploaded, and I will be uploading more. But the main thing that I wanted uploaded, that I wanted you guys to use as a visual aid for the rest of the class, is uploaded now. So let me do this. I'm gonna put the link. So I got a one pager for the ICPS dialogue words. There's a one pager, and I'm gonna put that in the chat. And those of you who are new, um, the ICPS is short for I Can Problem Solve. The fancy term is intermittent cognitive problem solving, which basically is critical thinking. Um, when you learn how to critical think, you are able to adjust and adapt to the world much more readily. Everybody is not perfect. Um, the concepts that I introduced today might feel awkward, introducing them into your family, but I'm just saying, I feel it was one of the most important life lessons I learned when it came to, oh, excuse me, raising my kids and what have you. So I'm gonna start out this chat with putting the links up to the exercises that I want you guys to participate with me in. So it's a one pager, then it's a poster size ICPS dialogue words, and I'm gonna put that up, the link up to that too. And then there's a poster of faces. And as soon as I get that all up on link, I also put these links in the description already. And I feel like I'd rather wait till next week to go into, how we're gonna be using these words, because I'd rather know that the people who are interested in this critical thinking class, they want to do the work with me. So if you want to do the work with me, download these links that I'm sharing with you now. So it's a how are you feeling poster, and then there's one sheet worksheet you can go off of, and it's also big poster size. So in other words, I got big poster size like this, is or is not. That's one of the word pairs. And then I got the one pager. Oh, I still left that on my printer. But anyway, the one pager, I got a one page version that lists all the words together on one page. And then I got the poster size up to list all the words in a poster size. I also got a poster for different uh, uh, faces, facial expressions to use with the ICPS dialogue. Um, This class is not going to be long. One, I did not pay my StreamYard bill, and therefore I really wanted to have both Facebook and YouTube showing up. And I hate the live stream. I tried that. Excuse me. That's why I was late today trying to use the live stream that comes with YouTube. It sucks. StreamYard gonna keep getting my money just because it's easy to use. It's much easier to use than the live stream that comes with YouTube. So that being said, and basically because nobody has actually showed up, um, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live because I really didn't want to do it live. I just wanted to announce that I am committed to this Thinking Thursday. You're gonna see me every Thursday, rain or shine. But today, I just want to rush through it because I want whoever wants to participate in it. I want to announce that it's going to be every Thursday. I do like the 7 o'clock time, even though I was late. I was late because I didn't realize it was going to be hard to use the live stream. But that's the excuse. That's neither here nor there. I'm here. Um, I'm just making this announcement. So next Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. is when I'm going to conduct another critical thinking class. This class is going to consist of you going ahead and downloading the links that I have put up. I took the time to scan them all in. Look, I really am committed to this and I'm trying to do my best with it. I'm not exactly a school teacher. I don't have any formal training to teach, but I do remember this class being taught to me and it wasn't that serious or, technical. And yet I gained the critical thinking skills based on being introduced to this woman, Myrna B. Shore, in a class in Chicago to help raise a thinking child. Why is it so important? Well, we had the highest mortality rate. Black women with male children had the highest mortality rate of all other demographics. Okay, that's all of them. We were dying quicker than any other demographic out there. And one of the conclusions that researchers had come to after studying the problem, they learned that um, a lot of disputes and kids getting on drugs and then gangbangs has a lot to do with being quick to judge, rush to judgment, and then reacting with emotions. I'm here to show you a different way, a better way, because I know in African American families, like now, I don't even know what the right word, because we got folks, they don't even want us to call ourselves black no more. That's on my nerve a little bit. Um, anyway, things are changing. And one thing that I saw clearly as far as, especially these charismatic characters that's out here online trying to make you think they the most real and they the realest and really just scammers, and you got people that follow behind them like cults and I just said that's really a lack of critical thinking because you're supposed to question everything. Question everything. Well, this raising a thinking preteen and raising a thinking child. Well, this was the actual book I was introduced to. Okay. This is geared towards the 3 to 7 year old. Yes, I said three. It's early as 3 year old. You can get your child thinking critically, meaning thinking for themselves, not waiting for somebody else to tell them what to do, but to actually use their own brain to think about what is or is not a good thing to do, is or is not fair, is or is not hurtful, is or is not uh, helpful. These words are powerful when it comes to dialogue. And so, in keeping with wanting to do something, wanting to change this world, not just talk about it, be about it, I'm offering these books. All you have to do is hit me up on Factor Life TV at Outlook.com and put critical thinking in the subject, and you can get that book free. That's on me. So if you don't want to do the class with me, that's fine. You probably can read this book in a day. It is an easy read. It's not highly technical. And if you want to continue the class with me, you can always join on Thursdays. But this Thursday, I thought more important to have the materials up, because even me, because I don't have a thinking child anymore. I got thinking preteens I should say preteens that I want to be teaching the ICPS way. So I bought a Raising a Thinking Child workbook, and so I've been making copies and stuff out of that book so that we could do more games and more introduce more lessons. But if you want this book, it's completely on me. This is my gift to the world. It helped me change my life, change how I dialogue. In fact, even now my kids are grown. We don't have no heated, drag out, nobody listen to the other person kind of arguments. We don't, because we all are been empowered with these kind of words. The words that come in this book that's focused on helps you bring about the correct dialogue, how to think, how to get the next person to think about their actions and what they saying or doing. Okay, I really want to impart that on the world. I feel like it's important, it's necessary, and if nobody shows up, I know my videos will be floating around. Years from now, somebody will come along and say, "This was right on time. This was, happening in my family. I'm so glad I came across this video." That's my goal anyway. The live thing was just to help me get it done. But I realize now live is also helping me become too anxious and overthinking it. And so I want to get back more to the pre-recorded videos where you got the luxury of editing. So, and then also the conversation is kind of distracting to have this class, and probably I think I may begin to set this up like in a Zoom thing, because I noticed that even our government is using Zoom for communication. So I think this COVID thing is changing the way we socialize forever, and probably I will probably employ some of those tools that I see as being more popularly used. Zoom is one of them, because I kind of hate uh, I hate YouTube version of live that comes with it. And StreamYard, child, I just ain't got that $25 for them every month. I think it's a great tool, but I don't think it's worth $25 a month. But I was paying that just to have that feature where I could broadcast to multiple channels. But anyway, back to the critical thinking. If you want this book, please don't hesitate. Hit me up at that for life TV at outlook.com and put critical thinking in the subject, so I know that's what. So I know that's what you are emailing me about. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to get the filling poster off my printer, and I'll be right back. Okay, so hey, my will vlog, how you doing? Um, Today I'm not gonna spend as long on the class as I normally do. I usually just go ahead and talk it out till the 9 p.m. time. But it's a couple of things going on in my personal life right now, which one is I just want to get out there before the light goes away in my yard to take a picture of some of the stuff that I'm growing. And um, I also spent a lot of time uploading the worksheets and whatnot. Hey, Misha Lee, how you doing? Rockwell K, I didn't see her. Is she in there? Okay. Okay. Hello to everyone who showed up. This one is going to be rather short, and I did want to show you what I actually did. What I did is I uploaded this feelings poster where you can see the faces and expressions. One of the things that go wrong online all the time is that when you type in a text, you can't see a person's emotions. So you don't know whether they're joking, you don't know whether they're serious, you don't know whether they're mad, sad, happy, or glad. And that is a big problem online. Oh, I see you now, Rockwell. Okay, how you doing? I'm glad you joined the chat. This one not gonna be long. I really want to get to the point where I'm starting early or get some of the, I was working on a promo video so that would be started up while I wait for people to come in. But today, because I'm trying to catch the little bit of light that's left outside, I'm kind of rushing through this class. But I just mentioned that if you want this book, that's all you have to do is hit me up, Raising a Thinking Child. This was introduced into my life. My son is 30 years old. He was 9 when this was introduced, so that's 21 years ago. This book was introduced to my family. I feel lucky and fortunate. I was doing the class with other mothers. And so, that's what let me know that maybe that's what I have to do is, have a class with the other mothers. So you don't have to be a mother necessarily to benefit from critical thinking. So it was my goal to have just as many adult exercises as children's games because even my grandkids, who I was introducing these terms and concepts to, just naturally because I'm used to it. I'm used to talking like this in this kind of dialogue. I am, giving away these books so you will be able to understand what I mean and be able to use or implement these kind of critical thinking skills because really it's teaching you how to have that dialogue. Most of the time when we screw up, it's a miscommunication. Somebody miscommunicated their feelings or somebody didn't consider their feelings at all. That's a big problem. So this critical thinking is what I hope to gain or hope to achieve is help you all to become more empathetic. That's important. And I keep seeing people. Well, I saw your video the other day, Rockwell K, that you mentioned about the narcissist. Well, when you finally see us now, I hope your night goes well. Blessings to you and everyone in the chat. Have a great night, lady. Thank you for dropping by, Rockwell K. I saw your video on narcissists, and one of the issues that I wanted to bring up about, labeling people these terms. I have a narcissistic person in my family, and I said, well, now you identify these people, but guess what? These people are somebody's child, somebody's husband, somebody's sister, brother, cousin. And at some point, you're going to have to be able to get along with even the most narcissistic person. That could be your boss, actually. I mean, what you going to do? Not get paid, not do work because you figure out that you're with the critical thinking. To me, that it's an important skill to have because it'll help you deal with even the most extreme personality. Okay, to me, that's what I feel. Hi, Slide Jones. Every time I think ain't nobody gonna show up, that's when y'all show up. So that's why I say, okay, so you have your book, and that's what I'm saying. Um, I feel like the concepts introduced in this book are critical, okay? And this one, I want to focus on feelings. How are you feeling today? When you in the house, and I put the link so you can download these the work sheets, the different sheets. You can download them to your computer. So this was something that we had up, and we had different various games in which we were discussing the different feelings. And on online, it's hard to figure out how somebody's feeling because it's text. How can you tell if somebody is pissed off when they type in text? The text is absolutely absent from from texting. That's why emojis became so popular because emojis were supposed to express your feelings when you alongside the text, which is static. So today I achieved, which is what I wanted to do when I first started. I wanted to have these word pairs because I made these word pairs, and in the book the word pairs are introduced in the book. If you have the book with you, slide. In fact, I would like to hear from you. Your thoughts on the book. Was it, do you find it to be an easy read, or is some areas of confusion? And let me put the link. I'm gonna invite you to this chat. Um, I was trying to do this quick, but since I do have students in here, I'm gonna try to make it worth your while that you stopped over here today. So, if you want to come on, slide, I would appreciate hearing your anything, like if there's any problems with the book that you find yourself stuck or not understanding or not able to apply it. We can discuss that. But anyway, I made a set of word pairs like this that's large, so you can download it and print them out and post them up on your wall to give you a easy reference to the concepts behind these word pairs. And what I'm hoping to help you all with is how you use these word pairs in your everyday dialogue with conversations in your family, in your workplace, anywhere. It's not supposed to be so complicated that you can't do it. It's supposed to help you formulate the questions. If you formulate the right questions, and this is in every situation, question everything, you're able to better do an analysis of the situation and come up with the right solution. Okay, and the example that I keep saying in each one of my classes, I can't say it enough. The example my grandbaby showed me was quick, and I was able to use the is not word pair. He was tapping on the table like this, and it was very annoying. I was agitated because I didn't want to hear that noise. It was a very annoying. But instead of me just yelling at him and telling him stop doing that, stop tapping on the table, that's annoying me, I instead used the ICPS action words and asked him. I said, "Do you think that is or is not a good thing to do?" So he waits. And mind you, this person, my grandchild, had not had any actual formal ICPS training. So, but I had formal training. So I knew to use the words. Is not. So I asked him, is this a good thing or not a good thing to do? And so he thought about it. He was contemplating on that question. That's the important part. Now I have gotten him to think about what he was doing. He thought about it and looked up at me and he said, "Nope, not a good thing." And without me saying anything else, I didn't have to say, "Now, see, you should know better. You shouldn't do that. It's irritating." He came up with his own answer. He said, "No, it's not a good thing." And guess what? On his own, the behavior stopped. I didn't have to yell at him and say, "Stop doing that." He thought for himself and then made his own self stop. I didn't have to ask him to stop. So that's just a simple um, uh, uh, example in our life, but you will be able, but these words will help you do it all throughout your day, all throughout your life. And so therefore this session, I made sure I uploaded the word pairs so you can put them up on your wall. I also had a poster. I put the links to that, and what I did, I uploaded to Microsoft Office. What I don't have is Mac. So if you have a Mac computer, I don't know if you can access. You should be able to access the links. Shouldn't be no problem with that. But I'm just forewarning you. I'm a Windows girl. I'm in a Windows environment, so I don't know how compatible that is. But what I did do was I made a one-page sheet of the action words ICPS dialogue that helps you have this dialogue that helps you critically think. I did a one-pager and then I did a poster form. Where's the one-pager? Hold on, I think that's still on the printer. Be right back. 1 second. Okay. So, yeah, I did a one pager, ICPS dialogue word pairs, and then I did the poster size. So you can have either the one page up on the wall, reminding you may not want to commit as much space to the words as this would take up. But I had a big size, but me and my over 40 eyes, I need a larger print and larger size. Um, what else do I want to say on this one? Anyway, so yeah, so if you want to keep attending the class, I would like for you to go ahead and download those action words because those words are critical to this critical thinking. Um, I appreciate each one of you that did come in, and um, and when I say how you feeling is important, I want to show you this image. This is a meme that I came across. Hi, Nisha Lee. This is a meme I came across, and I thought this was pretty powerful. Um, how feelings, how you feel, can have a domino effect. So what we can see here in this image, mom is mad, and what does she say? I don't need a man. Man is over here walking out of their life. Okay, so mom is over here talking about I don't need a man. Then baby girl, she's looking at mom and say I don't want a man. Obviously, she's getting the wrong signals because she getting from that, just from mom's feelings, that she don't want the trouble that comes with having a man. And here's the young man. The young man is thinking, I don't even want to be a man. Okay? It's a domino effect. So it's very important to find out how people are feeling. Okay, which is why I wanted y'all to get that download that post and put that up on the wall to remind you to start with how are you feeling. I remember so many times people would get in my inbox, I gained popularity, and they would say, oh, we just love you, I love your videos, ooh, 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 ooh. And not once did anybody ever stop and think to ask me how you feeling, because on that particular day that they came could have been my worst day ever when it comes to my health or my personal situation. And so I always took offense when somebody just got to talking about I'm such a big fan and woo, and never just stop once to say how are you doing, are you okay? So I want you to stop. That's the adult thing or the adult assignment that I want you to do. Stop and take the time and ask your loved ones, are you okay? A lot of times a critical thinking is broken down because we're not considering anybody else's feelings. We're only thinking about our feelings and nobody else. We think about our feelings to the exclusion to everybody else. And I'm living testament that even narcissists, yeah, I said it, even narcissists are able to be taught empathy. I have a narcissistic child who's now a grown man, who's now a daddy. Was I supposed to throw my child away because he's exactly narcissistic? If you read the definition of narcissist, that's him. That's him. But guess what? One element that they wrong at is that narcissists lack empathy. No, you can teach a narcissistic person to be empathetic. That can be taught. That can be taught. That's not a disease and that is incurable. That can be affected positively. And I am a living testament. I have watched my 9-year-old grow into a 30-year-old man. And yes, I see the reflection of the stuff that I instilled in him, his ability to be more able to empathize with others. Is he self-centered? Absolutely. Do he still the same all eyes on me person? Absolutely. But is he a monster? No, ma'am. He has empathy. It sets him apart from the average other person. And I feel it has to do with the training that I received and I embarked on my family. I put it in there, and what the results I got back is kids who are better able to problem solve. They were calling me later on in life saying, wow, I see what you mean, my friends, when they have a problem, they get stuck. And that's what I call stinking thinking, get stuck on stupid. You just think of one way to solve your problem and no other way, and then you get stuck. That's what I want to help eliminate. That point at which you get stuck and you stop thinking, because stopping your thought process is part of the problem. When you think of only one way to solve your problem, you going through life like this with blinders, and you can't take advantage of the peripheral vision and other elements that come into play that make or break or change the way you are thinking or feeling if you got other information in. But if you walking around like this, you only seeing it forward and you forging ahead with blinders on, blocking your point of view. I want to unblock that point of view. I want to get that kind of thinking to slow down and be replaced with thinking that helps you empathize, thinking that helps you analyze, thinking that helps you problem solve. Okay. All right. So oh, thank you for putting my link in for my email. So you can contact me at factlifetv@outlook.com. I don't know why it's so hard to get people to contact me about email, but it is. And I'm open to suggestions. That's my problem that I like to solve. How can I get more people to participate? To just hit me an email. I hear people talking about how they getting thousands of emails of mess because people are messy and they get the dirt on other people and they got the receipts on other people, and so people love to get an email address up to people who messy, but some reason they holding back on me. But anyway, I'm encouraging you. This is the reason why I'm trying to give giveaways, to encourage you to contact me by email. And I see somebody is aware of other people's feelings, because uh, I see people asking how they feel. That's a good way to start the day anyway, with anyone. How are you doing? How you feeling? That's the reason why I put that in the title. How are you feeling? Often you can eliminate a lot of problems in communication. If you ask a person how they feel, if you ask them how they feel and you want to have a party and you ask the person how they feel and they tell you, I feel like crap, well, that may not be the best day to have that party or the best moment to, to introduce the party. It's very important to find out how a person feels. Where are they coming from? When you find out where they're coming from, you can make the next move. Just like in chess, once you see them play their hand, then you know what move to make on the chess game, right? So it's no different in real life. Part of the process of critical thinking is clouded and impaired by simply not considering the other person's feeling. You have to consider the other person's feeling. Otherwise, you make wrong judgments. And the wrong judgments is assuming. And you know what they say about assume? It make an ass out of you and me. You and me. We both get made an ass out of when you assume. Because a lot of things you assume don't necessarily be true. Some things you assume could be so untrue, it's offensive. It's actually offensive. But if you actually ask the person how they feel, you just ask that person, you will be amazed how that opens up communication, how that makes communication possible by actually just asking the question. So all this book is trying to do is help you formulate the kind of conversation and dialogue you need to find out what is at the root of any problem, help you analyze any situation, and help you react appropriately. A lot of the gang banging, and you hear about tragedies where, oh, he stepped on my shoe, bang, and automatic react, he's shooting him because you stepped on my shoe. That's crazy to me. That's not taking the time to think. A person who's been trained to critically think is not going to just react with a gun like that. You know, they're going to think about the situation. Okay? Critical thinkers will think. And that's what we want. When we got these life situations coming up now that we're going to have to make serious decisions like reparations, that's a good question I'd like to address to any of y'all. Who do you think should get them, and who do you think who do you think should get reparations and why? So that's my question. That's something to give you something to think about critically. Reparations. Who deserves that? In my opinion, I'll give you my opinion first. In my opinion, the people who deserve it most, they not even alive now. They long dead. I feel like the first slaves that was kidnapped and brought over here should be the first ones to be able to benefit from reparations. Most of the people here have never suffered or went through any of the the atrocities that happened to those descendants, our descendants. So how do you determine a fair way to do that? It's going to take critical thinking, which means you have to think about all sides. You got to think about your side, my side, the next person's side, in order to come up with positive things that would be fairly implemented in any type of reparation package. So that's the exercise I'm gonna leave y'all with today. Please go and download the worksheets and pages so that you can use them at home. I put the links not only in the description of this video, I put it in the comment section of this video, and I want you to use how you feel with reparations. So this page is showing all these different feelings and all these different emotions. A lot of those emotions can be present when you're talking about reparations. So the next grown-up person you see and you want to start a dialogue with, I want you to ask them about reparations. Ask them how do they feel about it. Okay, so that concludes this class session. Um, like I said, I wanted to do this quick because I'm racing with the light. I want to get out there and take a picture of some of my garden, and I saw that my time had arrived for this critical thinking class. So I came in here to keep my commitment to it. I want to stay committed to this class, and I really appreciate the ones that did show up. Let's just letting you know it's much appreciated. And anybody who else you think might be interested in it, please share this video. Let them know it's a lady out there. She really trying to do something positive and spread the love and the message of critical thinking, because critical thinking is so important. It's so important. And I feel like when you're able to critically think, so much of your life problems and solutions are able to be solved with way less stress and way less anxiety. And I know me, God knows I live with anxiety daily. But this brings the anxiety way down when you think about other people's feelings. How do you feel? So I'm asking you now, guys, how do you feel? If you come across this video and a replay, put the comment in the comment section, because that helps my channel. It helps this video. If you come and leave a comment, I want to know your opinion on reparations. How do you feel about that, one way or other? And last but not least, I'm bringing up a public service announcement. I helped my son process his legal issues. If you got legal issues in your life going on in Illinois, the state of Illinois has become a e-filing state. It's mandatory. So guess what? You don't need an attorney. You no longer need an attorney. You never did, because most people problem reason why they get an attorney is because they don't want to do the reading. But if you take the time to read the law and take the time to write your own motions and petitions, you can go directly before a judge and do it all electronically. Now, do you know that court cases are being tried using Zoom? Zoom. Yes, I said it, Zoom. So this has never been a better time. You got a legal matter pressing over your head that's stressing you out. Now it's time. You can actually do your filing online, and also it's been laws passed to make it easier for you to process your legal actions and matters. I know here in Illinois, anybody is eligible for a fee waiver of the filing fees and court costs, so you could very well be able to file your whole case completely free or at a low cost. Okay, so that's my public service announcement for anybody who comes across this video. If you made it to the end, I wish you well. I'm thanking you. You're a true soldier, sticking it out with me to the end. And please don't hesitate to look up your local law judicial branch and find out if indeed you have the same options available. Right now in Illinois, it's officially mandatory. So COVID did do something. I told y'all, I've been saying this a long time. I said, I know it's going to be some things that never return back to the same. And that's one of them. What needs to be in court, tying up potentially catching COVID because you were in a bunch of crowded room with a bunch of other people. You can do your filing all from home, from your desk, remotely, and get your case up in front of a judge electronically. So check it out in your state. In Illinois, it's mandatory. So that's a good sign to me. It's moving in the right direction. Will save a lot of red tape and heartache and issues when you can sit right there in the comfort of your own home and type in your own pleas and motions and orders to get stuff done. Like child support, you ain't got to argue with your baby mama no more. You fellas, please hear me out. I hope a fella come across and hear this part of my video. It's time. If you've been having baby mama drama and issues, believe me, especially here in Illinois. Illinois had the toughest father's rights laws out of all 50 states. And if you got some chick, because people we love to talk about ain't shit men, but we don't talk about these ain't shit mamas. It's a bunch of ain't shit mamas out there that don't know shit from Shinola and play emotional blackmail games and think the man just a wallet for their baby. No, that man need to be in your baby's life. It ain't working like that where you just have a man for a paycheck and pull-ups. Man's supposed to be in that child's life. They are discovering after research the biggest problem with our community is the absence of men. The mass incarceration has wiped out a whole generation of men. Okay, that's serious, and it's gonna still be consequences to that problem for years to come. So if you're a man, you got some legal issues, this is your time. Open up a book, pick it up, and file your court cases in court. You can do it electronically now, and you can try the court. That's going to free up so much time and free up the judge to be able to even hear your case now that it is mandatory electronic e-filing. E-filing is mandatory here in Illinois. So I just thought I wanted to let y'all know that because that's what I was working on all the last 2 days, helping my son get his legal matters uh, resolved. Also, the election is coming up. If y'all think the only thing that's at stake is Trump and who's the president, no. Now is legal, it's federal that you get to vote by ballot, and I got my vote by ballot uh, by mail. Vote by mail. I got it today in the mail, and I'm going to be voting by mail. So don't don't snooze on your duty to vote. Don't do that. That's another reason why we don't have the power we should, because the people who actually have the power are not participating in elections. The only elections is important is not just the presidency, it's the state's attorney, all those judges you have a problem with in your life, with coming from anything from domestic violence to your traffic tickets, they are way more important in your life. Do you know they are elected officials? That means it requires you to go in there and vote them in or out. Get the bad ones out, vote the good ones in. Okay. All right, that's my public service announcement. So now I'm about to get up out of here. I thank each and every person that did come along. I'm very grateful. Whether it's one person or 10 people, I'm grateful. And I look forward to you coming back. Come back next week. Now that I have the stuff uploaded, we can do some more of these games. Uh, and on that note, peace and love. So I'll see you again in the next video. Bye, y'all.